Hello, George Notchik here. This is a short video to show you one of my hobby pastimes, and that is to blast rock. Blast the bedrock up here in northern Minnesota. Our bedrock is composed of a mineral called schist, S-H-I-S-T. It's part of the Canadian Laurentian Shield, and it's very, very tough rock. It's denser than granite and much tougher, and it's very hard to work with. You really can't do much damage with a jackhammer. Jackhammer just sits and bounces upside down, dulls the bit, and so the only really effective way to handle this rock when it's in your way is to blast it. And years ago, I had a need to get my water line buried between the house and the lake, but I'm sitting on top of a big piece of this schist bedrock. So I had to blast a trench from the house down to the lake about 200 feet. And I looked into the cost of doing that with a professional, and it was just cost prohibitive. So I figured, well, with my chemistry and electronics background, I might be able to come up with some sort of a formulation and electronic method of detonating the blasting agent. And I came up with a 3-part mixture and a detonating fuse that in combination makes a very safe way of blasting, and I can control the blast rather accurately. And I managed to blast a trench 4 feet deep, 2 foot wide, going 200 feet down to the lake through this bedrock. Took probably about 400 detonations to do this, and it worked really quite well. In fact, a number of friends of mine have me help them out. One friend, we blasted a trench in his basement of his house without damaging the house, so that he could lay a sewer line and also create a trench to pull out the seepage of groundwater to create a path for it to go, so the basement wouldn't flood. And another friend, we blasted a rock ledge, a hill next to his house, which is the first video that you'll see, where we're blasting within a couple feet of the foundation of the house without damaging the house or the foundation. And that's where this technique that I have really works quite well. You can blast right next to a house without damaging the house, because it's very easy to control the explosion, the detonation. And so I have a few quick videos here. The first one is in real time, and then again it shows in slow motion the blast, and then there's a few other blasts in the winter time down on the waterfront that I did. They're also in slow motion, and they all use this. This is I see 16.4 grams. I just put the chemical inside a cardboard tube that I make, and then I have my detonator inside with the wire, and this is hooked up to a detonating system where I have a capacitive discharge box, and I dump a high amount of energy in a very small time into the detonating fuse. It basically works out on the order of megawatts, and I'll show you that in a moment how that works. So I basically have this low inductance winding that I did that goes from the switch to the detonating fuse, and then this gets hooked up to the capacitive discharge box and then we don't have to light a fuse or anything and run. This way you just wait until everything is perfectly set and ready to go, and then you can detonate the charge. And I'll show you that here. I now have my energy storage unit hooked up to the switch and to the detonator. You'll be wanting to watch right here on 0. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. What that does is it creates a shock wave, a wave front that detonates the chemicals. In case you're wondering, I do have the proper blasting permits. Not anyone can do this. You have to be vetted by law enforcement. I've gone through the interview process with the FBI and criminal background checks with the local sheriff and law enforcement. So if anyone's thinking on doing their own blasting, you have to first make sure that you clear it with law enforcement and get the proper permits. So now enjoy the videos coming up. There's a few short clips of a number of different blasts that I've done in years past. 3, 2, 1, 0.